Hello everybody, Darkspine Sonic 3 here, coming to you with another episode of Dark Souls, Prepare to Die Edition. In the last episode, we got invaded, because that happens every single time, and we also took out the Taurus Demon, and we got the tailed, we took off the Drake's tail and got this nifty little sword here. So what are we gonna do now? Well, first things first, I want to see if I can find enough souls somewhere to level up my, strength and dexterity to what I need it to be, so I can wield this thing one-handed, pull out a sword, and, well, not a sword, a shield, and go from there, because, oh my god, I need it. Although this is pretty nifty. Taking out these guys' shields is actually pretty easy now. I had no idea. Huh. The more you know. So anyway, we're gonna get started on that. I think what we should do first, considering that dragon is still there, is... and this is actually a very, very disagreeable thing that we're going to be doing here. But we're going to give it a shot. We're going to see if we can coax the dragon into leaving. And then what we're going to do is we're going to try and make our way out. There's a specific reason why we want to do this. Or at least why I would want to do this. So, you see how he has very strict control over this area? Yeah. So, when we make it to that gate over there, you can't see it right now, but that gate. When we make it to that gate over there, what we want to do is we want to, if we make it inside, we can hit that bonfire and rest at it, and he will leave for the time being. In order for us to get him back, we'd have to go and travel around a little while. And, it's a pretty time-consuming process, honestly, but it's worth it, all things considered. But, check it out. We did it. And now he's gone. Well, he will leave. See? Now he's gone. Goodbye, friend. I'll see you in hell. We are going to kill him eventually. Eventually. Oh, look, cool, a claymore. But yeah. So, that's part one of our little process here. So, we've activated this bonfire, and there's something really neat over here. We can't quite use it yet, but I figure it's worth mentioning while we're here. So this little statue here is representative of something. Can't quite tell for sure. A lot of people have speculated that it's the first son that the main antagonist, or the main guy who's just kind of there, because it's not really determined whether or not he's a good or bad guy, because that's up to you. But his name is Gwyn, and his firstborn son, it's believed that this statue is representative of him. I honestly don't know for sure, so don't hold me to that. But I think it's pretty neat, and eventually Solaire, our friend on the other side of the bridge there, he'll come over here, he'll be standing right here, and if you have enough faith, then you can pray here, you can join the Sunlight Covenant, and you can praise the sun with everyone. When you set down summon symbols with the white soapstone, it'll be gold, which I think is really cool, and you will also have the ability to praise the sun. It's honestly really cool. But we're gonna reverse our hollowing here, and we're gonna kindle this bonfire simply because it seems like we're gonna be stuck here for a little while. And you'll see what I mean later. We are probably a little bit underleveled and not very strong for what we're about to do. But hey, it's all part of the game. So I need to figure out real quick what we need to use this sword effectively. Let's see. We need strength of 16. We have 14, I believe. Yes, Mammary. Alright. So we're doing alright. We just need one more level in order to actually use this sword as effectively as we can with one hand, because otherwise we'll be flinging it all over and we won't know what we're doing. You know, the same thing we've been doing with every other sword in this game. But, you know, it's all part of the process. Like I always say. Well, I don't really say anything, so it just works. But this sword is effective in its two-handed setting because you can do this. With your strong attack, you can set down a shockwave, and it's really powerful. But it eats up your endurance, it eats up durability a lot. So let's check it out again. It uses up 30 durability for one swing of that strong attack. And it only does this when it's two-handed, but you know, it's still pretty it's a pretty hefty price to pay, even though the durability is 360. So I don't have the repaired toolbox yet, so probably should have gotten that from that dude that I killed for his sword, but well. So first things first, we're gonna come over here, take care of this dude. We're gonna take care of the guys over here, because there's a dude over on the right and that dude over there. When we take out these guys, we're gonna start coaxing that hog over there to come over. There are a couple ways of taking care of him. The way I like to do is I like to go over into that little indoor area over in this direction here, and he won't be able to attack us. It's kind of the pussy way of doing things, but at this rate, the game is not really in our favor right now. So, and he'll just run past, and he won't actually notice us. So then we can do this. Well, hold up. Okay, it's not working. It's not working. Hey, what are you doing? Okay, so come on. Usually he just kind of... Whoa. Alright. Good shot. GG. No re. So we're gonna take a couple quick silent steps in his direction, and he's not gonna like them. He really doesn't like them. But that's what we're trying to do. Stab him in the ass. That took longer than it should have. So, pig's dead. Now we can come up here, and we can take care of the guys up here. We can get a pretty nifty item for later on. It's actually really useful to take care of the hog. But, you know, the strategy I was using, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And, you know, it's actually a pretty foolproof way, which I really shouldn't be saying that considering I got hit. But hey, if you know what you're doing, which I really don't, then it'll work. It'll work. Well, let's take care of that guy, and we got some humanity from him. Nice. And I don't think there are anything in these barrels over here. What happens when it... Wow. If you just barely aren't strong enough, you swing like a little girl. Jeez, man. That sucks. But, let's see. We are going to... First things first, we're going to take care of the use of that soul we got, because the sooner we level up, the much better our time's going to be here. Trust me. But it doesn't look like we're going to be leveling up for a tiny bit longer. And the reason why I want to have a one-handed setup here is coming up pretty soon. It's honestly pretty... it's actually a pretty daring move. Because we're going to be going into that indoor area that I was in earlier when I was coaxing the hog. And we're going to end up fighting the Black Knight that's at the top of that. Because he gives me a pretty good weapon that I like. And I don't like that because I was trying to do that leaping attack. I was trying to do this. Yeah, well. Also, I'm not a big fan of the strong attack for this one simply because it takes so long to charge up. Oh, hey, nice try, buddy. Nice try. So, I should probably talk a little bit about that item that I just got. It's called an Alluring Skull, and what you do is you throw it down within an area, and certain enemies will be attracted to that area for a certain amount of time. In which case, that leaves them open to all sorts of attacks. You could lure the hog into an area. If you threw the skull directly beneath you, the hog would be lured there, and then you could jump off and do a plunging attack, and it would do a pretty hefty amount of damage. I didn't quite catch if I got the item from that hog. There are going to be a couple more later on in the game, but I just wanted to see what I could do with what I had. He offers up a helmet. You can get a helmet shaped like his head, and it's actually kind of freaky, but I like it. I've actually never worn it. I stuck with the elite armor, the elite knight armor, for a very long time. As a matter of fact, I upgraded it to like +8 because I'm a very basic person, and I'll use the Black Knight sword throughout the entire game, which is what we're trying to get from that Black Knight that we're going to end up fighting later. It'll be fun, just you wait. Let's see. But yes, Elite Knight Armor and the Black Knight Sword was upgraded to +5, and that's the max, I believe. But it worked out for me pretty nicely. Actually, I was playing a couple days ago on my other account, and... well, not my other account, my other file. And I ended up hitting a, shit. I can't focus, because I'm trying to play at the same time. I ended up actually taking care of the Bed of Chaos, which is a pretty time-consuming boss, all things considered. And it didn't take me that long. It was a bit of a process, but hey, I didn't do too bad. Actually, I think the person who was helping me, because I did summon a guy the first time. Well, actually, I summoned a guy the first 2 times, and what happened was we made it there, and then I died before he even got down there, because he took too long, because he wouldn't come down with me. He actually waited a lot longer than he should have. What's this? Ooh, a Knight Shield. Alright. These guys are going to be a problem. There's a lot of them, and they're strong. I should probably talk a little bit. When he gets into that stance there, where he's holding his sword like, ooh, come at me, that is his parry pose. And if you attack him at all, he will parry you, riposte you, and it will hurt. And there is not a thing you can do about it except wait. So do that. Just wait. So we're making a bit of we're taking a little bit of a gamble going here, especially since our strength isn't where it needs to be, and I really wish we could carry that sword with one hand because oh my god. We are setting ourselves up for failure big time here. I'm going to heal, because, oh my god! Strike me! Come on! Alright. So, I need to have a shield out for this part, because parrying these guys, while it isn't the simplest thing to do, and I'm not the greatest at it, it does help out a lot. So, check this guy. He also does that, and then we just parry him, riposte him, and he's dead. As opposed to having a two-handed weapon, which we wouldn't be able to parry with. You really gotta weigh your options in this game. In which case, parrying these guys, no problem. And with the two-handed Drake Sword, you can take out their shields relatively quickly. It's just a matter of having the energy and the stamina to do it, as well as the strength to take them out afterward. Because once they regain their footing, they're most likely going to end up attacking you. So let's see. We're gonna quickly come down here, take care of this dude. Ooh. This guy's good. He learned from the best. The best are upstairs right now, but we'll get to them. So we're gonna come over here and we're going to open up this this gate. I should mention, because we killed the hog, he's not going to come back when we rest at the bonfire, which is pretty nice, because getting past him all those times can get really tricky. That was actually what I did before I realized, hey, I can do this to kill him, and I don't need to worry about him coming back. But, oh, you go, you brave soul. Okay, so let's fight this guy, and then we're gonna... because they do give a decent amount of souls here. And I don't think we have enough, well, maybe we do. No, we don't. I was gonna say, maybe we do enough damage where we hit that percentage of overkill where we get extra souls, but I don't think we do. So, forget what I said there. I'm gonna just destroy everything in our way. Like so. And we're gonna head back down to the bonfire. We're gonna have to fight that dude again, but we're also gonna be able to level up, and we're gonna take on that Black Knight, which I really want to see. I really want to see how I fare against him. Given my current circumstance of having a wooden shield and not a relatively It's moderately overpowered, but it's not the best thing in the world. But we're going to give it a shot. And now, bam. One-handed, no problem. And we've got a fat roll going on, I think is what it's called. I can't quite remember the names of the different tiers of rolls. But our roll isn't quite as fast as it used to be, but that shouldn't be much of an issue. There are actually two ways to get into this area. The way I showed you, by going past the Drake, because we can't fight him right now, that's for sure. Well, actually we could, but I don't feel like it. Oh, don't try and parry him. But what we've got going on here is, we could actually go through that underside of the bridge that we were going through earlier in order to snipe his tail. And what that would do is it would, It's actually really hard to focus on this fight and talk at the same time. I'm actually really, really on edge right now because it always takes me a little bit to take care of this. But even then, I had a weaker sword. Oh! Ooh, he's good. You're good. Ooh. Also, there's this overhang area here. Yeah, he will hit you. You will fly, and you will go soaring off this place. Ooh, he's angry. He's very angry. What are you doing? I'm going to keep doing this. Come on. Come on. So. Ooh. Ooh! Oh boy. Yeah, he hits hard. And I'm dead. Even though I was blocking. Oh well. So as I was saying, there are two different ways for us to take care of getting into this area here. The first way is the way I showed you, where we run across the bridge and we deal with the hellfire that the dragon will, or the Drake will inevitably spew at us. Because why not? But the other way is going through the underside of the bridge, which we were doing to snipe his tail. If you keep going, you'll end up in a small sewer where there will be 3 rats waiting for you. Getting hit by them will raise your poison meter, but eventually you can climb up this ladder and you'll be in here. Unfortunately, that gate won't open, and that gate won't be open unless you opened it by going through the other way, and you won't be able to access that bonfire or the Sunlight Covenant statue to rank up. So, do with it what you will. It's easier, yes, but it's also more time consuming to get back to the bonfire. Come on, buddy. Oh, you know what? I'm done with this. Whoop, he's not happy. He is. Okay, alright. Cool. So, it seems that my plunge attack strategy was working a lot better than, of all things, black fire bombs. So we're going to give that a shot again. Why? Because it's my series and I'll do what I want. Ah, well. All we gotta do is sprint up these stairs, make sure our stamina's nice and full for this. Really? I was about to heal, too. I mean, it wouldn't have mattered because he would have hit me and I would have gone soaring off anyway. I'm getting upset. And we lost that humanity sprite that we had earlier. Oh, well. I'm gonna give it one more shot, because I know you guys just love watching this. First things first, though. I'm gonna see if there's anything with a little more, endurance that we can... Sure, why not? We'll give it a shot. Probably gonna roll really slow now, but... I don't think it matters quite as much as I think it should. Simply because we're playing this game through... We're playing this game, and we aren't really rolling that much right now, so I think it'll work. Come here. These Black Knights are very, very strong. And they're also very aggressive. They do not care about you. They will destroy you. Come here. It's not that hard. Okay, we're gonna do that then. You can trap them down here. Also, this is bad. This is real bad. Yeah, this is horrible. We might be able to make it work, though. Hey, we're making it work. Hey! You gotta improvise when you can. Anyway, he's dead. Got a Titanite chunk, and we didn't get his sword. Are you kidding me? Really? Let's give something a shot here. Because I hear that sometimes if you quit the game and then you get back into it, some of the enemy's weapons will be there. Don't mind Hill Shigledig and Pookie. Those are long stories. Oh. Oh, man. I was excited for that, too. I really wanted that Black Knight sword. Guess it doesn't matter now. He's dead. Don't need to worry about him. And we did get a Titanite shard out of the deal, so it wasn't a total bust. Even though we can get those things really, really quickly and really easily, so it don't really matter. But I need to try and stay positive. As a matter of fact, these guys drop Titanite shards. Oh, woe is me. And I was really excited for that sword, too. It's going to take us a little bit to... It would have taken us a little bit to actually be able to use it, but still. Are you kidding me? What the hell? Fine. Be that way, game. So, we're going to take care of what we can take care of in this video. And by that, I mean, I believe we can finish... like about 90% of the Undead Parish in the next 8 or so minutes. Simply because we're going to be getting a Firekeeper soul. And we're going to upgrade our Estus Flask. There is a enemy that is guarding said Flask upgrade. And so I want to be able to take him out as soon as possible because he is a hard hitter, but he's pretty easy to fight. Especially since we've got this Drake sword in our hand. They weren't really accommodating for that, I don't think, this early on. But hey, if they were, they should have made a harder game. I say as I die 3 times in the same episode. Oh, I think actually we're past that, but I ain't putting up a counter. I don't need to embarrass myself that much. Ha! Nice try. So, these crossbow guys, I never really got a chance to talk too much about them. They obviously shoot crossbows, but at the same time, if you get really close to them and they're in the process of reloading, instead of finishing that reload, what they'll do is they'll pull out swords like they just did, and they'll attack you hand to hand. Pretty neat. It shows that they're a little more versatile than these guys who only have swords and shields, although they can't parry you, unlike those guys. And the spear guys who have an impenetrable... They just have like impenetrable defensive capabilities that will haunt you for the rest of your life. This is one of those moments where you should really pull out the two-handed method, but I was too stupid to actually realize that until just now. But oh well. So, thankfully this gate's open so we can take care of these guys over here. It's important for us to take care of these guys before we hit up that dude in the back, because I don't really feel like getting destroyed by 4 people today, even though that's basically all that's been going on today. So, the radius for them being to detect you is small, or at least except for this first one that we killed. But even though I was basically in like the entrance of the room, I don't need to worry about that other one coming. You have to get remotely close in order for them to actually combat you. So I guess the game is giving you a little handicap in that area, because see, it took him that long to actually detect that we were here. So that works out nicely, because that dude in the corner always got to me. So there's a guy in the center of the room here who will run at you before you even reach the stairs. Then there's that guy in the doorway, or in the corner there, you know, probably on timeout. And then there's that guy there. But additionally, there's this deacon person who's on the 2nd floor, standing over the railing there, and he will shoot spells at you. that's where this little side area here comes into play. And it's actually really, really helpful. Whoa! Was not expecting you to be there. Don't scare me like that. And I should have expected him. I wasn't expecting him to be at the ready, though. Alright, come here, buddy. Nice try. So, over in this side area, you're going to notice a couple of these weaker hollows. And we don't need to worry about them too much. Just make sure that you stay out of the range of that archer there. Or if you do, if you're in the range, just make sure you're in the middle of a parry or a riposte. That way you don't get hit by anything. Come on. Nice try. I'm getting better at that. I used to never be able to parry that. I'm feeling good. So, take out this guy. Easy enough. And then you kick him over there. First thing I want to do before we actually fight that guy is we're going to run over here and we're going to check out what's in this little building here. There are a couple things for us here, actually. The first thing, you might hear it, the tinging of metal on an anvil. It's our first actual blacksmith who isn't a dick. Even though he's still kind of a dick. Over there, that is Sen's Fortress. I might as well bring that up right now, because why not? Can't level up right now. Don't know why I even checked. But if you keep going down the stairs here, you'll eventually come across Andre of Astora, I believe his name is. What's this say? Neat, amazing chest. Dude is ripped.
Well, you must be a new arrival.
That's correct, sir.
I'm Andre of Astora. If you require smithing, then speak to me.
Well, it would appear that I'm currently speaking to you, so I believe that we've got a bit of a faux pas here. So, in order to reinforce our Drake Sword, what we're going to need to do is we're going to need to find some Dragon Scales. But I don't think we're going to end up doing that just yet, because there are a couple more Black Knights before we can actually gain access to that type of material that'll really help us out. And if we can, I really do want to get those. We can reinforce our armor, no problem. But I'm going to reinforce the stuff that we've been using up to this point because... Whew! Well, not reinforce, repair. Because the last thing we need is for these things to break off and then we get destroyed. We can purchase things from this guy. The Crest of Artorias will open up a sealed door in the forest, which is to the left here. To the left down that door, down that stairway. We'll be getting to that later. It's not going to be fun. But he also sells the Weaponsmith box, which will allow us to reinforce our weapons at a bonfire. Armorsmith box, which will allow us to do the same thing with armor. And then the repair box, which will allow us to repair our weapons, essentially making them useless except for specialized equipment. He can also sell various weapons that will prove very essential. Broadsword. Very helpful. Not gonna get it, though. We'll pick it up later. So he sells arrows and bolts for your crossbows and bow and arrow, respectively. But we can learn a gesture from him. Hoorah! Let's check that out.
Don't get yourself killed.
Don't get
Neither
yourself
of
killed.
us
God
want to
knows
see
you
you
make me
go
happy.
hollow.
Alright, so let's check that out. If I can pull up the menu here. So let's switch, let's switch point up for... Hurrah! Let's check it out. Hoorah! Hooray! Well, hurrah! So, now that that's all set, we can go rest at that bonfire, make sure we're nice and, rested up for our battle against whatever nameless things are going to be in that doorway. Unfortunately for us, we are going to have to kill the hollows outside again. But we can get past the, we can get past those stronger knights with a little bit of, location finagling. Shouldn't be too big of an issue, I don't think. Because we just need to hug that right wall. We just need to hug the right wall, and then we'll be able to, draw him outside, the big guy. And then we'll just fight him out here in the open air. It'll be like a fight on the schoolyard, you know. It's been a while since that's happened to me. As a matter of fact, I don't think I've gotten to fight my entire high school career. Works for me. Finish strong, I guess. Alright, buddy, come on. He's gonna run at you. He is strong. I cannot emphasize that enough. For early game, he is hella strong. And if you're close to him when he does that strike down attack, he will do 2. So even if you dodge the first one, always be aware that there is another one coming up. Die. He hits hard, but he also gets hit hard. He'll also slap you with his shield for some reason. But he's dead. I actually talked that up a little bit more than I should have. But he dropped us a Titanite shard. What's this say? Amazing chest. Not here. And danger zone. Well, I walked into it. The danger zone, I mean. So, here we go. This is what we need. Here! What is it? It's a Firekeeper soul. And there's the Deacon that I was talking about. If he catches wind of you, he will shoot at you. And it will not be fun. He hits hard. He probably actually hits harder than the actual boss. What we're going to do is we're going to head back to Firelink Shrine, which is very convenient given that we have this brand new elevator available to us. So, the other elevator up there will stay stationary, and eventually what's going to happen is when we come back up here, the elevator that's currently on top will end up coming down, and that way you have an easy all-the-time access. You have easy all-the-time access to the between Firelink Shrine and Undead, whatever it is. Like, there's like 3 areas here that are called Undead that start with the name Undead, so I'm losing track. But we're gonna rest at this bonfire here, just because if we die, we're gonna have to. Well, actually, it doesn't really matter if we die, but I don't even really know. But we're gonna reinforce the Estus Flask here. Our Estus Flask is now an Estus Flask +2. Let's talk to her. No response. She cannot speak. Well, she doesn't have a tongue. Ah, well. So, now we can head right back up to where we were. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Nothing different. Nothing special. Except we got a +2 Estus Flask now, so we can heal ourselves totally from instant death. And I like that, because whew, there are some pretty hard-hitting enemies out there. The Commonwealth is a very dangerous place. There's another settlement that needs your help. We'll be coming down there later. You can actually jump off on that little overhang. But that's for when we visit the Undead Asylum, which is where we started off for the second time. So, let's see. Undead Asylum, Undead Burg, Undead Parish. Okay. I will always hate their naming conventions. Hey, don't do that! That's not fun. Be wary of Gorgeous View. You know, it does look kind of nice. Kind of makes you wonder what else is going on out there. But there's the Deacon, and he's hopping around and dancing. And then his hollow brethren are gonna come out, and they're gonna be all sorts of fun. The Deacon will run over here, and he will shoot you, and it will not be fun. But he's also really powering these dudes up, so you need to be wary of that. Okay, I guess we still can't heal ourselves fully. I don't know why. But at least we have a sword that's strong enough to take care of them. This guy is going to be an issue. You're fucking with me. Okay. Thankfully, when we kill him, if we kill him, hopefully we kill him, not only will he drop a decent amount of souls, but he will also not come back, just like the Hog. There are other versions of the Deacons, however, like in the sewers, that will come back. So, like I said before, just be wary of your surroundings when you're running around here, because you don't know what's going to come back and what's not going to until your second run through, either from death or resting at a bonfire. But you gotta have a game plan. Unfortunately for me, my game plan involves taking this elevator all the way back up, fighting through everything again, and hoping that he doesn't buff up those hollows again, because they hit hard. Well, they hit harder than they should. But here we are, back in the Undead Parish. And I actually need to look up what a parish is. I was meaning to do that after I played Left 4 Dead 2 for the first time, and that was like 8 years ago or something. So, I guess I just never went through with it. But, stop that! Oh, are you kidding me? Alright. Alright, come at me. Come at me. This is bad. Oh, this is really bad. Okay, I'm going outside. Screw this. Wait a second, wait a second. Damn it! We need to be very, very cautious here because everything wants us dead. What's new? Okay. Thankfully, we separated the hollows from the hollows. We separate the hollows from the deacon. And I don't think these guys can really pull off backstabs, and if they can, they did a horrible job at it. But we're also getting a lot of stuff here. What are we getting? Quit it! Titanite shard. Nice. Alright, alright. They keep sending stuff at me. We're gonna take care of you for the fun of it. There. Now I'm happy. So now we're gonna march ourselves right back up those stairs and take care of that deacon, who is currently hanging out there. Works for me. I don't think there are any more hollows that I need to worry about, and if I do, they're in the back room. What are you trying to power up? Stop that. Well, he's dead. We don't have to worry about him anymore. We can drag him around. He's our greatest battle trophy so far. Except for our Estus Flask, because that took some doing. Especially that ghost encounter we had earlier in the first episode. That was a pain. But we can come up here and we can meet the most trustworthy person in the game. Well, one of the most trustworthy people. You'll see what I mean later. Ooh, that was a nice shot. Really? Good one. It would appear that we have reached an impasse. Let me through. Dear Lord, just let me through. There. Now you don't have a choice. That's what happens to people who stand in my way. Alright. So, there shouldn't be any more people to fight up here, I don't think. And if there are, oh well. But we're gonna come over here. This is the most trustworthy guy in the game. I mean, look at him. You let him out, and bam. He gives you some humanity. What a nice guy. There's an illusory wall ahead, but do I believe it? No. You wanna know why? Because people like to mess with you. See? Nothing. You know what? I'm gonna rate it. I'm gonna rate that. It's got a rating of 5. I guess I can't rate it right now for some reason. No, I don't want people to summon me. Not now. Ugh. I'm having PTSD from that one time when I got summoned, and then there was someone else had summoned their friend who has a dark spirit, and he killed me. They just like to grind on people.
Still human, are you?
This is Lautrec.
I am in luck. Could you help me? As you can see, I am stuck without recourse.
You're an asshole. Ah, he's a nice guy. Let's let him out. What do you want to say?
Thank you. Yes, sincerely. I am Knight Lautrec of Karim. I truly appreciate this. And I guarantee a reward. Only later.
Alright. You got anything else to say before I kill you?
Yes, very sorry. Your reward will have to wait.
Well, now I gotta wait.
Allow me some time.
Very well. So, regardless of what you do here, he will be freed. So you might as well just free him yourself. That way you can get a reward from him later on. Because, why not? But essentially, after you fight and beat the boss here, he will end up in Firelink Shrine, regardless. So, just free him. It'll help you out in the end, I suppose. And from there, you have your own choice of what happens. But we aren't actually going to fight the boss right now. We're just gonna psych ourselves up for it a little bit. So if we go up this ladder here, you know what? Screw it. You know what? Screw it. We're already at 40 minutes. We might as well make it an extra long episode. One boss fight. That's what we're going to do. Let's go. Well, I was going to read what that had to say, but oh well. So here we are. Nothing too fancy. Let's just heal up all the way just because we got plenty of Estus Flask uses. Look at those gargoyles over there. They look kind of angry. What's this? Let's see if we can take off his tail and get that axe. That axe. Well, he's awake. Rise and shine. Praise the sun. Alright, he's angry. He is not pleased. Alright. Come on, buddy. What do you do? Oh, that? That's it? You gonna punch the air? Oh, can't hit him. Once we get this guy down to half health, his little brother over there will pop in. His brother doesn't have a tail, though, so we don't care about him. What are you gonna do? Are you gonna fly off the cliff? Because I'm actually kind of cool with that. I want your tail, but... Alright. Don't matter to me now. Come on. Get down here. Alright. You're gonna make me fight too, just because you wanted to wait. Also, they shoot fire. Thankfully, we've got this sword, which ups our fire defense, I believe. So that works. Come here. Jesus, no! Good thing is, we don't need to heal. Bad thing is, I'm kind of trapped in a corner here. Well, don't matter now. Let's take care of that other one. It's a relatively simple process. He's gonna shoot fire at us. Oh, you're one of those hard hitters, aren't you? Not hard enough. Ah, well. It's an excellent try. But, you know, try harder next time. And there will be a next time. But we got a gargoyle helm out of the deal. So let's check that out. Can't be too bad. Actually, it's a lot better, and it just weighs a tiny bit more. Now let's give it a shot. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's much better. And we got Twin Humanities out of the deal. Still rolling the same as we were, though, so it works. So, now what we can do is we can head up this ladder here. If ladders were the equivalent of silence, this would be a very, very boring video. So we're up this ladder. And now, apparently there's a divine ahead, which there isn't. But we're going to head on up this ladder. Hopefully these guys don't attack us. They seem pretty chill. And check it out. Let's pull this lever and let's ring the bell. Let's reap the spoils of our reward. Now we get partial deafness due to the bell ringing right in our ears. But that's the first part. The dude that I killed at the very beginning of the game, who I honestly didn't like, and I tried to push him off the cliff in the Firelink Shrine, can't remember, he was a crestfallen knight. If we did listen to him, he would have talked about how everyone's trying to ring the two bells. There's one up high, and there's one down low in Quelaag's domain. We've already rang the one up high, so now we need to go ring the one down low. And that's going to be quite a process. Who's this guy?
Greetings.
Hello.
I am Oswald of Kareem, the Path.
Oh, that's cool.
Thou art a friend. From thee, a warm welcome. Cometh thou to confess, or to accuse? For indeed all sin is my domain.
That's nice. Let's, request absolution. Ah, nah, screw it. That's too expensive. We can get various things here. The Purging Stone reduces curse buildup and breaks curses. That's pretty helpful. Indictment, when people invade you, you can indict them, and that will put them in the Book of the Guilty and have a bounty over their head for people to invade them. Homeward Bones, we've already discussed those. Those take you back to the bonfire for no price. Velka's Talisman, which is... Velka, Goddess of Sin. It casts miracles not by drawing upon faith, but intelligence. So if you want to have an intelligence build that still relies on magic, there you go. Karmic Justice. Miracle of the Black-Haired Witch Velka. Temporary auto counter versus heavy damage. Huh, that's nice. And then we got the Blood Bite Ring, the Poison Bite Ring, and the Ring of Sacrifice. Blood Bite Ring boosts bleeding resistance, and the Poison Bite boosts poison, and then the Ring of Sacrifice, when we die, we don't lose anything, but the ring will break. So it's pretty helpful, and we aren't gonna bore ourselves with the process of running back all the way. Instead, we're gonna test out our little homeward bone here. And let's return to the last bonfire rested at. So we go down, we pray, and bam, everything's all set. Nice and happy. Let's level up. So let's see, what we got? 3 levels, nice. What should I level up? Endurance, probably. Let's do that. I want to actually wear equipment. But anyway, if you liked what you saw in this episode, be sure to leave a like and a comment down below. And if you want to see more just like it, be sure to subscribe, because we've got plenty more to show here. And as always, I'm Darkspine Sonic 3. I'll see you all in the next episode. Thank you, and goodbye.